She doesn't even go here.
I'm bi, actually.
Excuse me. Could the ugly, untalented gays please report to the principal's office?
Hi, I'm Kurt Homo, and I'll be auditioning for the role of kicker.
Hello! Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Not So Straight Nerds. I'm your host, Luke.
And I'm your host, Alicia.
And today, we have a fun one. We are going to be recapping April, and then we are also going to kick off our summer 2026 movie draft.
Yes.
Very exciting. There's
Another summer draft.
Yes.
Excited.
Finally full circle on that.
Yeah.
That was also something we did pretty early on last year.
Yeah.
I'm excited that we're a bit more ahead of the curve this time, so we have more movies to
For
be able
sure.
to pick from.
Mhm. I also feel like we have 2 under our belt. We each have a win. So I feel like we're ready. Like it's last time I remember just like kind of picking my favorites, and then as it went on, rethinking my strategy for next time. So I feel like more and more strategies are going to change, and I think that's exciting.
Sure, yeah, for
So,
sure.
Yeah. Although as I was going through the list, it's very exciting to see how many good movies there are to choose from.
Yeah.
So very exciting
Absolutely.
for the upcoming season.
I think the summer movie selection looks pretty dang strong throughout.
Yeah. Probably the strongest we've picked from so far, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
certainly
like
up there. I
November.
will say
Maybe the winter one was really good.
the
'cause
winter
they
one
always
was
have the
really good because it
November.
had $2 billion movies.
Yeah, and it
And
it
they
has
were
the
really
November
solid.
movies, and the November movies are always the big like Oscar ones. So, yeah, it'll be exciting.
It's very
We
exciting.
have a lot of good winter movies coming out as well, or at least big winter movies. So, that'll be exciting too.
That is going to be about the last half of our episode, so stay tuned for that. But we are going to start with recapping what we have been watching in April. We're not going to be talking spoilers on anything, just general vibes. And please feel free to join us. We'd love to know what you have been watching in April. So if you are ready to hop right into
Yeah.
this. So
Excited, ready to go. The vibes are high.
indeed. So first up, we have ranking the April 26 releases. I have watched 11 new releases.
I've watched 7, and I'm very happy with the 7. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I may have even watched a couple too much, or too many. I don't know. I feel like I've been a lot more selective this year on what I want to watch. The only reason I even watched the Thrash Shark movie was because I liked some cast members, and I went into it knowing it would be bad. So I don't know. It is what it is. Okay. Anyways, so you kick us off since you have
Yes, I have 4 more than you, so I'm going to do my bottom 4. At 11, I have Balls Up, and it is as bad as it sounds. For those who don't know, it's a buddy comedy about these two product designer and a pitch salesman who's creating a new condom that covers the balls, and they're trying to sell it to the football World Cup in Brazil, and then shenanigans happen and they end up preventing Brazil from hitting the winning goal. And so now, basically all of Brazil wants them dead. I fear I've accidentally made the pitch sound a lot more interesting than the movie is.
it does. But good to know it's not good.
It's not nearly as funny as it tries to be. It's
Good
It
to
is
know
a
I
very rough
didn't.
watch.
I don't need to miss that one.
You want to miss that
Well,
one.
yes, but I don't goodbye kind of miss.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, I have at number 10, Thrash.
Yeah.
Because I watch a bit more movies, it's not the worst movie I've seen this year.
Yeah.
It is very low, but I think some of the cast members do a decent enough job. Love seeing, I know Phoebe, I forget her name, but she's Daphne from Bridgerton. I thought she did good. And the effects of the water I thought were really entertaining to see.
Phoebe Dynevor. Miss Daphne Bridgerton from Bridgerton, that's who we're referring to.
And then, also really funny thing, I think I told you about this, but at my job, we were talking about the Thrash movie before I saw it, and then someone brought up, like, comparing it to Sharknado, and someone was like, do y'all know anything about Sharknado? And I was like, I know Abby Lee Miller from Dance Mobs was in one of the episodes, and then, like, that night, I go home and I watch Thrash, and they play a clip from Dance Moms starring one of the most iconic Abby Lee Miller
out of
moments,
my
and I'm
face.
like, oh my gosh, guys, it happened again.
You manifested it.
She's found at the scene of a shark crime.
God, I loved early Dance Moms. It's like crazy. I feel like you would actually really like it.
Yep.
Anyways, go ahead.
Then at number 9, I have a movie called Outcome.
Haven't seen that one.
That is on Apple TV, I think.
That's why. I don't have Apple TV.
That stars Keanu Reeves. It has Cameron Diaz in it.
Ooh.
It's directed by Jonah Hill, who's also in it. This one I think is kind of just an aggressively forgettable comedy. But it has some moments because I think the cast is still pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
It follows Keanu Reeves as like the most liked actor in the world.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
And basically he finds out that someone has like a video that they're threatening to release on him to like ruin him, and they're trying to get money for it. So he's going around and apologizing to everyone that would have a grudge against him.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Good to know. I don't need to see that one either.
Aggressively fine. And then at number 8, I have Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Dang.
This one, man, there are a lot of really interesting ideas in this movie. Lee Cronin did the last Evil Dead movie, Evil Dead Rise, and I really, really like that movie. It's my favorite Evil Dead movie.
Mm-hmm.
But then here, he's like kind of doing the exact same thing at the end. And it's like jarringly right out of like a hard right in the film. They kind of lose the plot on it being a mummy a couple times, and it's very jarring. Also, do not like, I think his name is Kyle Rayner, who plays the main character. But the kid actors, I think, are really strong. Oh, and it has Maya Calray. She plays Layla from Calloway. She plays Layla in Moon Knight, and she gives the best performance of the movie. Love her. Want to see her in so many more things, especially after she was cut out of Gladiator 2. Pissing me off. But she was great. There's scenes that I think are really strong. I will say it's kind of Hereditary-like, where you it's really fun to kind of rip this movie to pieces because the script is kind of all over the place.
Dang.
And people are way too chill around this daughter. She does crazy stuff, and then they're just like, "We gotta put her to bed. It's time for her to go to sleep." And it's like, dude, it's like it's like almost a comedy with how out of touch the character, how much the characters don't react to what's happening properly.
Yeah.
It's
like a scary movie.
Do you remember in Scary Movie 5, the one with Ashley Tisdale, and how they like have the daughter, like the one daughter who's like always covered in dirt and is like acting like a dog?
Yeah.
But they still treat her like she's a normal kid. It's exactly that.
Dang.
But they play it dead serious.
Well, I also purposely missed that one because it looked a little too scary for me, and I am a little picky with the horror movies that I see in theaters, just because I do get overwhelmed easily when there's like loud sounds or I don't know. So some things I wait to watch when I can pause or turn down the volume if needed. So that's one of them, although I don't know if I'll see that one. Because I also feel like the Evil Dead movies are a little too, like, gory in the wrong way for me. So I'm so sorry. Because I hear that they're really good. And so it's disappointing. Maybe one day. Maybe I'll try one day. But anyways. My number 7 is Thrash. So I didn't see most of those. The only one I saw was Thrash. And that's my bottom one. Yeah.
So our list is the same so far.
Yes. So yeah, it's pretty bad. I only watched it knowing it was gonna be bad, because of Phoebe Denver. I don't know. I'm sorry, Daphne Bridgerton. And then it was fun to see the girl who's gonna play Lenora Dove in Hunger Games. I believe she was also in it.
Okay.
And a couple other people that I know, like from Marvel or other places. So you know, at least that was something. But it was just a bad disaster movie and an even worse shark movie, and I just can't.
It has so many stuff. It plays so serious.
Yeah.
But then it has such unserious stuff happen, and it's just insane.
And I really didn't care for any of the, like, kids with the toxic family. I didn't care for any of that group. I only cared about the other two, really. I didn't care about the reporter group. I only cared about the two ladies, and so they were fine. I don't know. They did their best with what they were given.
Indeed.
Yeah.
At my number 7, I have Netflix's Roommates. I thought the cast did pretty solid here for the most part. Yeah, I thought it was fine.
I liked this better, so if you liked it, just wait for my thoughts. Just keep
Yeah.
watching. My next one is a pizza movie. This is a notch above Thrash, just to be clear. Wait, I have a 2 out of 10 for Thrash and a 6 out of 10 for the pizza movie, so quite a jump here. I thought this was funny, and I liked the main guy who plays Dustin from Stranger Things, Gayton something, I don't know his last name. But he was very fun. I wasn't a huge fan of the other guy. I think that was the guy I found annoying, and then some of the other characters I just didn't care about. It was always fun to see the Caleb guy who's on TikTok. He's hilarious. He's gonna be in the Devil Wears Prada too, actually. I just saw that the other day. He was in like a spot. So that's exciting. I love that he's getting in these movies.
He's
I
also
think
so funny in that
yeah.
movie. Oh my gosh.
I think he deserves
I keep
to be
thinking
in
of
them.
other scenes that he absolutely kills.
Yeah. He's like, if he was one of the main characters, I think I would have maybe found this funnier. I found some of the humor just fine. But cool concept, and it is kind of funny to think about everything happens because they're trying to get pizza so they don't die. So I think, just the concept is funny. So there you go. I recommend it.
At my number 6, I have Netflix's Apex.
Haven't seen that one, but I don't think I want to.
Charlize Theron and Taron Egerton, and I absolutely adore these two actors. They certainly try their best, and I would say there's parts of this movie that, like, are really solid and feel like they were in the script the entire time. But then there's parts of this movie where it's like, this feels like it's a different movie. And considering the pitch is basically like, it's a play on Most Dangerous Game, it loses the plot. And surprisingly quickly, it stops being that. And it's just like, but I was having fun there. And then you've stopped my fun for something that's less fun. And then I fear if you know what this movie is going into it, it plays, I think, kind of really weirdly. I don't know, because it's weird when you know what's going to happen in a movie, but the movie still is playing up that that's like a reveal that happens, you know? It's, I don't know. It feels very, like, feels like they didn't do anything. The movie acts as though you don't know what the main premise of the movie is.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. But, so yeah, I don't know. It just feels a little awkward in that regard.
Yeah. It's disappointing when it leads up to what it thinks is a plot twist, and they think that that's going to make the movie good, and then you're like, but I already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think it ruins it a little bit. My number 5 is the Super Mario Galaxy movie. This was also, like, just kind of barely on the I would recommend mark. But it's doing really well for itself. So, you know, it doesn't really need any stamps of approval. It's doing just fine. Yeah, I thought this was okay. Definitely not as good as the first one. Still entertaining, but I feel like, actually, the more I still think the Cocomelon reference is wrong, ultimately. I think it deserves better than that, but I feel like maybe a better comparison, and this is coming from someone who really likes a lot of Marvel movies and still loves Marvel. I can see more so what they, you know, if they were to compare it to that, with just the amount of, like, here, let this make you happy, instead of plot. I feel like that would have been a better comparison. Cocomelon to me is just like, almost, it's not AI, but it's like giving, like, you'd think it's AI, and it's like discrediting how beautiful this animation
It's certainly
is.
giving, like, it's animated, but it's like minimal effort because it's just trying to keep kids entertained, whereas the animation in Super Mario Galaxy is so freaking intricate.
Yeah, and yeah, maybe the story's not as great, but that's why.
I would erase the maybe there.
Yeah. So, but I feel like it's just an insult to compare it to something like Cocomelon. I think there's a better comparison out there. Because if nothing else, this movie is much, much, much prettier and has a lot more effort and money put into it than Cocomelon does. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. We have a whole video on that, so it's okay. If you want more into it.
My number 5 is also the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Slay.
I went in with really hoping that this was kind of gonna level up this franchise, and it aggressively did not, which was a bummer. Still has some really fun parts, still so gorgeous to see. But what you gonna do? Free my girl Rosalina.
Yeah, exactly. My number 4 is Roommates. I actually really liked this. I gave this an 8 out of 10. I don't know. It reminds me a lot about Do Revenge. I feel like I was thinking that the entire time. If you liked Do Revenge, you'll probably like this one. It's about 2 roommates that kind of start like a feud. They start to have little tensions, and they just build and build and build, and it builds into something kind of crazy. And I feel like it's somewhat similar to the plot of Do Revenge, where something bad happens to this character, she gets people back, it just keeps building until it's like really, really bad. So actually that's interesting because they're both done by Netflix, but it has a girl, I don't know her name, I don't know either of their names. It has Adam Sandler's daughter, I believe oldest daughter, and then the other lady, she was in Heretic. Not Sophie Thatcher, the other girl. That's her. She's in some other things too, but that's where I knew her from. It's like, this girl looks so familiar. Googled it. Period. I think they both did a really great job. Everyone else, I feel like, was just okay. It was fun to see that one guy from Abbott Elementary, the guy that's at the district.
I love seeing him in movies every now and then.
Yes, he was in one of the Scream movies. He was in Abbott. Some other places. Yes. So it's always fun to see him. So it's fun to see. He mostly just had like a cameo, I'd say. But anyways.
You made the most of it.
Yeah, I agree. So I don't know. I feel like I really liked this one. I was entertained, and a lot of people were like, "You're gonna want to pull your hair out with how crazy this one roommate is," and I'm like, I get it, but thank you for telling me that, because I feel like that made me less mad about it. Because I also knew that it was... Anyways, I don't want to spoil that. It's fine. Just go watch it. It's not a long watch. I'm happy to see the Sandler name is continuing on. Because they're fun. I like them.
Surely.
Because also one of them was starred in You're So Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah. And I also really like...
Was that not this Sandler?
I think it was a different one. I might be crazy. It might be the Sandler. I don't know.
Nepotism is alive and well.
I like I don't know. Anyways.
At my number 4, I have Michael. I went in with some hesitation, and I ended up really liking this. We have a whole episode on that. I think it posted
This morning.
Mm-hmm.
As
So
we're filming
you can
this,
see
so.
a lot more of our thoughts in depth there.
Yeah. A few days ago, by the time you see this. My next one is also Michael. Yeah, we just did a whole video on this. I liked it. I feel like as much as most people liked it. I think the people we follow on Letterboxd didn't like it, but they're the odd ones out on that. So, yeah. Anyways, go see it.
My number 3, I have The Pizza Movie. This movie feels like just a nostalgia bait of me and my friend group in high school in a really funny way. I love the humor here. I think the different phases of the drug are so funny and charming.
It's a clever way to move a movie along as well.
And it feels really unique, which I really like. I also think it's funny that both Pizza Movie and Roommates have that one girl. The girl who does the drugs is the same person as the RA.
That's funny.
So she's really a driving
Right.
factor in both of these college
You're
movies.
so right, and she was great in both. I like her.
But yeah, I adore this movie. It's gonna be in my top 10 of the year for the hottest of seconds. But yeah.
Sure. Next I have The Drama as my number 2. This was a movie I'm glad I went into knowing there was a plot twist and kind of knowing what direction it was going to go in. I think that helped my experience compared to some other people who thought this was a rom-com. No way. We have a whole video on this as well. Goes and Dan, Robert Pattinson, and I'm excited to see them pair up again.
The start
Some
of a
other
great
movies.
year for them.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
My number 2 is also The Drama. Everything you said, really fun time. I didn't super get the reveal spoiled for me beforehand, so I was still able to get most of the shock from it. I think it's acted really well. I think the script is really strong. Yeah, it's crazy, and it's doing really well for A24, and you love to see it.
Absolutely. My number 1 and your number 1
Yep.
are both Yubi and Tuscany. I do feel like we are a little bit of the odd ones out on this. I think a lot of people liked it, but just thought it was just, another whatever cute rom-com. I actually really liked this one. I gave it a 10 out of 10. And if anything, I would only ever lower that to a 9 out of 10 for some nitpicky things. But right now I have it 10 out of 10, and I don't feel like changing that anytime soon. So I loved this movie. Thought it was a great time. I went in with really high expectations, and it exceeded it. So yeah, it reminds me
absolutely.
of Set It Up. I really liked that rom-com.
I think, unfortunately, I think the biggest problem is just so many people did not see this.
Mm-hmm.
I think the 2 leads do a really great job. I think something about Halle Berry, Bailey. I keep getting their names mixed. But I don't know. People were also trying to discredit her work as Ariel in The Little Mermaid, and she's incredible and has maybe one of the best musical voices in movies in the last couple of years.
She has such a gorgeous voice.
So I don't know. A lot of people like to discredit her for some reason or another, and I think those people are insane.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think she does great work here. I think there's a lot of heart and emotion in this movie.
And we
It's
have a
really
whole
fun.
video on that.
Yes, we do. You can watch that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our lists are mostly similar. The
Yeah.
biggest thing I think is we basically just swapped Roommates and Pizza Movie.
Yeah. No, it was, I feel like, actually a really good month. overall. So go April. Me
The
more for
big
me than you.
releases,
Yes.
were
the
really
big-
fun.
Yes, for sure.
And then next up, and let us know what are some of your favorite releases. We'd love to hear them. Then next up, we are going to do our top 5 first time watches. So these are movies that we did not release this month, but it's the first time we watched them. Let me see if there's anything we want to shout out. I will say, this month we concentrated on catching up on Mortal Kombat before the second new one comes out. So we watched the originals and the last one, and then I have frickin' finally made it through the frickin' American Pie movies. I bought them all because they were on discount, and gosh, are these spin-offs kind of crazy to get through. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've
been getting a lot of movies from our public library, and that's been really fun. They have a really good movie collection, and that's a great way if you don't have a lot of money or just don't want to commit to some certain movies if they're not free for streaming, or if you don't have streaming service, whatever. If you want a free way to watch movies, please get a library card. It's, from what I'm aware, almost always free or very cheap, and yeah, it helps support them financially when you get a library card, even if you don't use it. Just sign up for it. So yeah, so a lot of those will be on my list.
And I'm gonna say I've been a little slacking on first time watches.
Mm-hmm.
I only have 10 on my whole list.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say my number 5 is a little low for me, but
You know,
for a top 5.
what's funny is I also have 10, except my top 5 are pretty good. So I don't know. I wanted to shout out the 2021 Mortal Kombat that almost made it. It's number 6. And then Say Anything was number 7. They were rated the same. I liked it. Obviously the boombox is iconic. Everything else I thought was just okay. But Mortal Kombat, especially after the second one from 1997, it improved quite a lot from that. So I'm excited enough for the second one.
And even though I think ultimately it's a little low for me, I do also want to shout out the original Mortal Kombat movie. I enjoyed that more than I kind of expected to.
Me too.
I can see why some people who grew up to it have a lot of nostalgia for it.
Yeah, for sure.
I went first last time. Do you want to kick us off?
Yeah.
Curious.
I've also been watching the Meet the Parents movie. It's like the Fokker in Law that's coming out later this year. There's 3 movies before that. 3. I love it too. Anyways, so I have Meet the Fockers. This is the second one in the trilogy. This was so fun. I love the cast in this movie. When I looked up these movies on Google, it has the first movie, it almost has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. The second one has a 60, and the last one has a 10. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna get worse from here. But this is the second one, and I actually liked it almost as much as the first. So I'm like, okay, maybe the third one. I'm not expecting it to be good, but I'm not expecting to give it 1 star either. Hopefully,
Plenty of in between.
There's plenty of in between. So,
Okay.
yeah, I really liked it.
I do eventually have to follow suit with you.
Yes, I don't want to spoil it too much, but this is when the first one. It's Ben Stiller's character is trying to marry this girl. She's from The Fosters, but I don't know the actress's name.
Mm-hmm.
But he has to get approval from her dad first, who is Robert De Niro. Very fun casting choice, and he does a great job. And things go wrong. They have beef. They don't communicate. Things go very poorly for Greg, our main character. Another Greg. I love that. And then the second one is they're about to get married, but they're meeting Greg's family. And let's just say the casting choices on that, if you can avoid finding out who they are, do so, because it's a very fun reveal. That's what happened to me, and I was like, that's his parents. I love it. You're gonna love it.
Cool.
Anyways.
Alrighty, my number 5 is Rental Family. You know, I think most people like this noticeably more than I did. Ultimately, I think it's fine. I don't think it's as moving as it thinks it is, in my opinion. Or at least it didn't move me. I think that's more appropriate to say. For those who don't know, this is about Brendan Fraser's character, who is an actor in, I want to say South Korea.
Okay.
And basically, he ends up finding this gig where he pretends to be people in other people's lives. So like he gets hired to be like someone's fiance at their wedding. That's his first job, and then he finds out how important that job can be for people there. He ends up pretending to be someone's dad so that she can get into a prestigious school. There are parts of this movie that just go off the rails. Not off the rails in a good way. Just people being...
In a good way or
bad way?
Okay.
Off the rails in that, like... So you're hiring someone to do this job, and you're giving them very explicit instructions of how the people that are being tricked are supposed to feel. Mm-hmm. But then you're like, hey, you're not actually this person to the person you're tricking. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, but you literally hired them to make them think that. So, and that, like, becomes, like, a very pivotal part of the movie, and I'm just like, that's, like, invalid. And I don't, like, someone needs to call you out on that, because you're paying them to do this, and then you're like, why are you doing this? What are we doing here? Brendan Fraser, I love you, man. Find something else.
He's about to have another movie this summer. One of his movies is on our list of draft picks.
Which one is it?
Passage. It's the D-Day one. We just saw a trailer for it.
Yes.
So that one actually looks pretty good. So hopefully it is. My next one is Meet the Parents. This is the first in the trilogy. So you have Meet the Parents because he's meeting her parents, and then you have Meet the Fockers because his last name is Fokker. It's supposed to sound like what you think it sounds like, and just wait till you find out his real name because it's not Greg. I'll say that much. I'm not gonna say what it is because it's also a funny reveal. But anyways, because I'm like, I thought it was for the longest time Faulkner. Nope, it's supposed to sound like what it does. Anyways, yeah, Meet the Parents. It was just, in my opinion, definitely better, but not like a crazy amount, which is what I thought I was getting into. I liked them somewhat similarly. So, it was good. And one of the first jokes made is that Robert De Niro's character is such a cat person, and then the girlfriend, wannabe fiance, is like, oh, he hates cats. He's like, why would you say that? He's like, then they have a conversation in the car, and he's like, so you hate cats, huh? Why do you hate cats? Oh, no, I'm just more of a dog person. Dogs are easy. They just love you right away. And, like, you have to earn and work for a cat's affection. So you don't want to put in the work for their affection? How are you going to treat my daughter? You know, all these things. It's like, as a cat person, I was eating that up. Anyways. Yeah, it was really good. We'll see about the third one. Anyways.
Number 4, I followed suit after you, I think, last month. I watched Marie Antoinette for the first time. Oh my gosh.
It's so pretty,
really,
right?
It is very pretty. The sets and the costumes are super awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what's her name? If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You actress.
Rose Byrne.
Rose Byrne.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is my favorite performance from her.
She did a really
She does
good job.
such a great job in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think the cast throughout is really great. And
yeah, and I don't want to say, like, I don't want to keep saying, oh, it's so pretty, because there's nothing else there. I will say, I feel like the visuals are the best part of that movie, and then some of the performances. But there is certainly story there as well. It's just one of those, like, when you watch it, you'll see what I mean. Like, that's why everyone's talking about how pretty it is, because it's just that good.
Kirsten Dunst does really great work here. It feels like this was, I think, obviously so influential to The Great on Hulu. And I think that that's really fun to see.
I watched most of season 1, I believe, of that show.
Me and my mom loved watching The Great. That was a really fun show for us to watch together.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't end the way I expected a Marie Antoinette movie to go. But yeah, I thought this was a very great time.
I feel like I didn't mind because I knew, like, everyone always talked about, there's, like, Converse in the back. So I, like, wasn't getting into it, being like...
And you know what? I was looking, and I was like, I was expecting this to be, like, with how often I freaking heard that.
Yeah.
I was expecting this to be, like, some kind of a, like, more some kind of, like, modern-ish take on Marie Antoinette's story.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that at all. So, I don't know, man.
It's like Bridgerton. I'm like, I don't care if they're not historically accurate. I'm not watching it for the historical accuracy. It's a Sofia Coppola film. Why would you watch it? I don't know. There's plenty of other movies out there that you could choose from. I watched this one because everyone's talked about how pretty it looked, and I love Kirsten Dunst. So, and that's what I got. My number 3 is Notting Hill. I grew up, there's this one and my next one, I grew up watching a bunch of clips from them. Often, my dad just kind of always had them on the TV, but I've never watched them start to finish. So it was very fun to finally do that. This is another one of, actually, every single one on my top 5 is from the public library, I just realized. So go them. Yeah, it was good. I will say it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a 10 out of 10. And it was really solid. It was really good. But it was maybe a little, just the tiniest bit lower than what I thought it was going to be. Nothing crazy. It's still number 3 on my list. Just, we'll put that out there. Yeah.
At my number 3, I have Speed. I have seen, like, the last half of this movie so many times growing up. I don't think I've, like, seen any of the first half of this movie. But it's super good. Keanu Reeves plays maybe his most cliche role here, but I eat it up. And man, if I am not a sucker for some Sandra Bullock. Pretty simple premise, but I think the execution is just so great. A classic for a reason. Gosh, I enjoyed this a lot.
My number 2 is School of Rock. Like Notting Hill, I grew up watching a lot of clips from this. Specifically, like, the final concert part till the end. I watched that a lot. It was so fun to see Miranda Cosgrove in this. I'm like, hey, Maddie.
And she kills that
yes,
role.
She, like... I mean, I knew she would because I knew how good she was on Drake and Josh. And I believe that's probably around the same age. But, wow, to go, like, toe-to-toe to Jack Black and, like, hold your own is great. Obviously, always love some Jack Black. I think of Elle Fanning every time I see a Jack Black movie because she's in love with him. And I'm like, girl, I kind of get it. I'm not the same way. I think he's funny. But, like, she's like, I would maybe leave my boyfriend for him if he wanted to. And I'm like, I see the appeal. I see it. And so I think of her every time I watch Jack Black. So, and at some point this year, I'm going to rewatch the Jumanji movies because another one's coming out at some point.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So I'll see more of him.
At number 2, I have another movie I have seen pieces of for a very long time. I have Inglourious Bastards. Man, it's fuck Quentin Tarantino, but guy knows how to make a movie. Sometimes. Fair point. But this one truly is up there for him, especially.
For sure.
It's really fun. He does some very interesting things about things not going according to plan and changing the trajectory of what a normal movie would do. And I think this is a really great example of it.
Yeah.
I have not seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in a long time, but that's also very adjacent to that idea. And I did not like that movie when I first watched it. It's been like 6 years since I've seen that movie. I eventually need to rewatch it, even though I'm in no rush to. Yeah, the cast here is great. Yeah, it's hard to beat Killing Nazis, gotta say. Yeah, a fun time.
Wow. Speaking of ways to fight back against Nazis, I watched Schindler's List. I also followed suit from you last
Oh my
month.
god, we're influencing each other's
Oh
watch
my
list.
god. No, this movie was so good, but I did put in my review that I feel like it's one of those movies you probably only watch once. I mean, not that I'm against rewatching it, but it'd have to be, I don't see myself ever choosing by myself to rewatch it. If I were showing this to somebody, I would.
It's a very heavy movie, and it's a very long movie.
Yeah, it's very heavy,
Those
very
two
long.
things combined.
Yes. From the library, this is the first time I've ever gone 2 discs for a movie. It couldn't even fit on one, so that's how long it is. But it is really good. It is just as good as people say. I'm very glad I finally got around to it.
Liam Neeson, like, among other people who do really great work.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is, like, I think my favorite role that he's done. Or, like, his strongest.
I agree. It was really, really good. So, finally got around to it. It took the Oscars talking about it, and then you finally watching it to me be like, okay, it's at the library. I need to watch it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And then my number one, oh my gosh, people. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Bro, I remember being kind of really confused by the opening. You're so supposed to. If I watch that opening again, I'm gonna sob. And I love a movie that makes you completely recontextualize the things that have already happened. Oh my gosh. Jim Carrey, the talent that you are. In my review, I put, like, this, I think, is my favorite Jim Carrey performance. And then as I was logging it, I saw my top 4, and I was like, right, Truman Show. But, oh my gosh, when he locks
This
in,
one, yeah.
like, he can give such a heartbreaking performance. And then Kate Winslet, also such a great actress. Another Kirsten Dunst performance here. And what a crazy cast to randomly find. Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the filming of it I think is so fun. It's such a cool and unique idea. It almost has like a timeless feel to it, and it's
See, and now you need to watch the music video for "We Can't Be Friends"
Yes,
by
I
Ariana
do.
Grande
Oh my
because,
gosh.
girl, like, people are like, she's gonna be Glinda. Like, no, you bitches didn't even know because first of all, she started on Broadway, so. But girl knows her films, so it's like Sabrina Carpenter. I feel like people underestimate Sabrina Carpenter because right now she's such a musician. Let's not forget she's also an actress, and maybe she hasn't done anything as crazy or big as Wicked, but girl knows her films, and you can see that in her music videos and her stage performances. Like, they have really good influences, so yeah. Anyways, tangent.
No, indeed.
Good.
Anyways, yeah, I watched some very iconic movies that are gonna stick with me this month, if not the number that I wanted to. But I found some gems for sure. Next up, we have shows. I will say, we have been keeping up on shows.
We've been doing a really good job. We do have some that we need to catch up on maybe later today. But like video wise and show wise, I feel like we've been doing really good at balancing it all. So I'm proud of us.
Of any shows that I've watched at least one episode of, I have 17.
Wow. I only put the ones I finished, so I only have 6. I have, let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 on here. So I have others, but I just haven't finished them, so they're not on my list. So I guess shout out XO Kitty. We have a video on that. That's the only one that
been watched.
yeah, it's the only one that didn't make this list. Everything else will be on here. So.
Some notable things that don't make my top 5. I have XO Kitty, Euphoria season 3, The Boys season 5, Beef season 2. I'm sure when you bring it up, I can chime in a little.
Yeah.
Maul Shadow Lord on Disney Plus. I'm actually really enjoying that show
Me
so
too.
far.
Mm-hmm. And I love that they're gonna end on May 4th. I think that's a very fun idea.
And this is the first, like, they have a couple of these little spin-off series every now and then. This is the first one where I'm like, I would aggressively want a season 2.
Me too.
This is a really fun go around.
Maul is like genuinely one of my favorite Star Wars characters ever. I love I mean obviously he was cool in the prequels, but then he pops up in a few different places in
animation, he pops up all over the place. And he
yeah.
goes through a lot of different really interesting phases.
Yes, for sure. So it's very fun to have a show solely pretty much focused on him. Obviously other things are happening, but it's his show. So that's so fun for someone like me who's a fan of him. So yeah.
And then something very bad is going to happen. I've started that.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good off the bat.
Oh, good, because it gets better. So if you already
It
like
is a
it
little
gets better.
slow.
Mhm.
And some of the things it's giving Lee Cronin's The Mummy, where it's like, dude, if this happened to me, I would not still be here.
Mhm.
And then I finally finished season 1 of Supernatural, and
Yes.
Abbott does not make my list. And you know what? It maybe
do
would have earlier in the month,
Yeah.
but man, if some of these, it has had a rough string of
No.
episodes.
It had we still have 2 more to watch to finish off the season, so
Indeed.
that's not on my list yet. But yeah, this is definitely one of my least favorite seasons, unfortunately.
And it started so strong.
It did. Yeah.
Like it was really high on my list for so long.
Well, I would like to remind them that no one's forcing you to have 22 episodes if you don't have the ideas for it. Don't fill it with things that are out of character. You have a few seasons that are 13 episodes, just do that if you are running out of ideas.
Yeah.
No one's forcing you. It's fun if you have a lot of ideas and they'll pay for that. But, yeah, I would have maybe liked it better if it was more so a half season or a shorter season. Take some certain episodes out.
Indeed. I will go ahead and kick us off on the top 5 if you don't mind. At number 5, I have Daredevil Born Again season 2. I think we have
two more episodes
left.
7 and 8.
This has been a pretty great season.
Mm-hmm.
The last episode has some amazing moments that I think are real standouts in the season, even if I think it's kind of on the weaker side. So this is what has kind of this last episode brought it down notably more than some of the other stuff that's up here and I think are really high contenders.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everything is kind of firing on all cylinders this season. The action's really fun. I think it brings in a lot of really fun ideas and commentary. And bold swings. I think season 1 is like aggressively safe, and I think it's kind of boring at times because of it. Season 2, like full stop, and I love a bold swing.
Yeah, I still have that as a 9 out of 10, even with the last episode. So that will definitely be making my list when we finish that. Don't you guys worry. Next recap, it'll be on my list. My number 5 is Beef season 2. So we were going to do a video on this until we watched it, and then we were both like, let's not do a video on this. So we were like, yep, yeah. I don't think it's horrible. Like, I would still be open to a season 3, because, it's going to be
And I feel the same.
Yeah. I feel like it's easy for a show like this, if it has a season that some people don't like, you can keep going because you can do something different next time. You have an all-new cast, an all-new concept. So it's not like you're trying to fix a bad storyline because you don't need to continue it. So, But I do feel like ultimately this was disappointing, especially following how good season 1 was. Maybe if season 1 wasn't quite as good, this would be a little bit better.
Or even if this was like its own thing.
Yeah.
Like it's hard not to compare it to what I think is a masterpiece from season 1.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that these are in the same vein is just, it's really hard to compare.
And I will say from the little I've heard of this, of like, some feedback of this show, I think we're a little bit of an odd
I think
one
we're
out.
because I was super excited because I kept seeing so many people praising it actually.
Yeah.
So I was really bummed out to see that didn't click with me.
Yeah, now I do believe I liked this better than you.
Yes.
But still, it definitely was no season 1, and I will definitely agree to that. And some people were saying this might arguably be better than season 1, and I think they're insane. I love the cast, and I think
The cast
some of them
saves the movie this
yes,
season.
I think they're doing the best with what they're given. Sometimes they're not given a whole lot, but I always enjoy them on screen. So
Yeah, for me, like, this is such a character-based show, and it's really important, if not to understand where the characters are coming from at all times, to, like, at least have that be semi-consistent. And it feels like these characters are just constantly changing where they're coming from with their actions, to a point where it just kind of feels less intentional and more, how do I get this crazy thing to happen?
mm-hmm.
And that just feels really sloppy to me. I think that we have some award-worthy performances here for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Huge shout out to Carey Mulligan, I think is her name.
Yeah.
I think she's easily the standout here.
I agree.
And I'd be surprised if she is not talked about through the award circuit.
Mm-hmm.
But like any creative awards on this, I'm like,
No, I could see
let me
them
give you some
getting-
better examples.
Yeah,
from this year.
I'm sure they'll get, honestly, probably quite a few acting awards just because it's anthology, so it's,
Sure.
there's not as many of those. Although I don't, if Carey Mulligan, if they put her in main actress, I don't see a world where she wins against Sarah Snook in All Her Fault. And even maybe if they were to put her or Kaylee Spaney, either one of them, in supporting, if they have Dakota Fanning there, maybe not. I think there's more of a competition there, but I still don't think either of them in any category would be a shoo-in.
And then also with Sarah Snook, it's going to either Sarah Snook or Ray Seahorn.
Yeah. Although,
That didn't go to Emmys.
I know, but is it limited? Or are they getting a season? Because if they're getting a season 2, they can't be in limited anymore.
Right.
They're in drama. I think it's because they
Right.
combined some stuff in the other award show. So she'll be in drama.
I'm tracking. What was it that we want? Did Golden Globes combine them?
I think so.
Golden Globes, you messing me up.
Yeah.
Get
Because
on
they
the
definitely
program.
were in the same category at one point. But yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sure.
I really don't want to do a video on it. I feel like those are all the thoughts I care about, to be honest with you. So
No, that's
there
fair.
you go.
Number 4, I have The Legend of Vox Machina Season 2. We've started going through this again, and oh my gosh, I love this show. The characters are so cool. The premises and plots are so fun. Season 2, in the second episode, they're like, and now each of you needs to go journey to find a piece of mystical armor to fight the enemy. And I'm like, I am eating this shit up. I want upgrades. I want personal trials.
But like,
I want to see
army,
I want to see teamwork.
planet.
It's just so awesome. Guys, it's on Prime. If you have not watched it, watch it. It's so fun. And the ensemble is like kind of perfect. Like there's so many different personalities. They blend together so well. Like it feels like there's no redundancy. Everyone feels super unique. Their fighting style's super unique. I love it.
I agree. I haven't finished that one, which is why it's not on my list, but it is one of the ones I'm in the middle of. I've been slacking. I'll probably have to start over at this point, but anyways. My number 4 is The Pit season 2. We have a whole episode on this, so if you want to see detailed thoughts, go there. Overall, not as good as season 1, but I do think it was good enough. I'm excited for season 3. And I am sad for Mohan's departure, but I'm excited for Ellis to start being a main cast member. So, at least we got a baddie trade-off or whatever. At least we're not just losing a baddie, we're also gaining one. So I guess it is what it is at this point.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at how low that is for you.
You'll see the other 3.
At my number 3, I have Invincible season 4. We did do an episode on this. I think that will most likely be out that'll be out.
I believe Wednesday,
Yeah.
I think, is when I have it scheduled.
But yeah, this is another great season of adult animated TV. Gosh, the characters and the journey is so fun. Some amazing moments that are going to stick with me throughout this year. Ugh.
It took everything in me to not post certain pictures on the thumbnail because I'm like, that's a spoiler, but I really want to post it because it's such a good shot. But I won't. I won't for you baddies. But that should be out by the time you're listening to this. So, yeah.
Purr. So fun.
Okay, my number 3 is The Artful Dodger season 2. That's what I think you forgot that I was watching. But I love this show. Not everyone, but it had a little bit of a niche group that found me, thank goodness. That's like, please watch this show. It's the guy who plays Newt from Maze Runner and what's her face from Teen Beach Movie and the Fosters? Oh no, I keep wanting to say Maya Hawke, and that's not who it is.
I want to say it's like Mia.
I don't know. It's okay. I'll look it up in a second. But it is so good. I will say a little bit of a spoiler. Season 1 is better than season 2, so you'll be seeing that soon. Maya Mitchell. That's
Maya
who it
Mitchell.
is. And Thomas Brody Sangster. I don't know if I'm saying that right. That's the guy who plays Newt. And then it has the guy who plays Lupin from the Harry Potter movies. He's actually a pretty big part of this. So a fun cast, and the whole premise is that Maya Mitchell's character wants to be a doctor, and she's the governor's daughter. And Thomas Brody Sangster's character is a doctor. And it's like back then when they didn't even have like anesthesia or anything like that. Like they just have to like bite on wood and we're gonna do the surgery. And they don't make a lot of money. And so she makes a deal. I think he's like a thief, which is why he's the Artful Dodger. So she catches him, and so she's like, I won't turn you in if you'll let me be a doctor. And then they start liking each other, and I'm like, I'm eating this up. And then season 2 is very fun. I don't want to spoil where they're at, but it's close to being just as good, but it's not. But that's okay. That's okay. It seemed really negative, but it's not. I'm very excited for a potential season 3. I don't think it's confirmed though, and it's a little bit of a smaller show.
And what is this on?
Disney Plus or Hulu. I don't know which one, but because I have it both, the same app. Yeah. So, anyways, go watch it. It's very fun if you're a romance person or you like doctory type things or period pieces. You get them all. So there you go.
My number 2, I have The Pit season 2. I cannot wait to be watching this show for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Gosh, it is just such a staple. We do have an episode on this as well. Gosh, it is so good. If you are not watching The Pit, you are not doing yourself. You're not treating yourself. Not as good as season 1, I will say. I agree, but I don't think by far.
I don't think super far.
So, always going to be excited for the next season of The Pit.
Yeah.
Baddies.
Like I kind of just spoiled, my next one is The Artful Dodger season 1. This was like near perfect for me. I did put it as a 9 out of 10. It's just a couple like antagonists which are just like too annoying to me. So I was like, I just can't in my heart of hearts put 10 out of 10 because they grind my gears. So it's still really, really good. And honestly, I was expecting to enjoy it, but I was expecting it to be, sometimes like romance stuff is like a little cringy, like okay, tropey, but I'll eat it. I'll eat that up anyways. It's just like genuinely really good. So, yeah, it has a good mix of everything. It's not like overly romantic. So there you go.
And then at number 1, thank you, Alicia. I have all her fault. Oh my gosh, Sarah Snook. I feel like, and I'm in the minority here, but I feel like you might agree. I feel like Succession did Shiv so dirty as a character. Certainly in that last season.
Oh my god.
Specifically in the last like 2 episodes. But I've always loved her performance as Shiv.
Yeah.
I love seeing her here.
She was never the problem. It was always the writing that did her dirty. It's disappointing to see. So I'm glad that she's getting her flowers here, I guess, as well.
She's so talented. She is killing it here. I think everything is really strong here. It's such a fun thriller vibe. There's an episode where I so called the reveal of the last episode. I was like, I knew it! It is so... this is a really fun watch.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to continue through it. And gosh, I am very excited to champion Sarah Snook through what's left of this awards run for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and Dakota Fanning. Oh, she's also doing so good.
I would love if Dakota Fanning at least got a nom. I think she deserves it, if not a win. Because I think she has a very underrated performance.
And I'm going to say this. I think Sarah Snook is going to continue being on the up and up.
Mm-hmm.
But Elle Fanning is having a moment right now. And it's so deserved. I think she is so talented and fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But Dakota Fanning, I think, also deserves to be following right behind. I think she does phenomenal work as well.
She, as far as I'm aware, she started her career earlier, and was kind of everywhere if you really look for her. And then Elle Fanning started to gain some traction. But I'm glad that Dakota Fanning is still there, certainly. So, because I think they both are such a power duo. I would love if they were in a movie together at some point. That would be very fun, and I'm sure they would love that. They seem to get along really well. So, yeah, we shall see.
Yeah, fun stuff. Such fun stuff.
Yeah.
So that is our...
Wait,
top...
I didn't do... my
so
number
sorry.
one's Invincible. We'll have an episode on that, so I don't need to talk on it a lot. But it was really good. I gave this a 9 out of 10, or maybe 9.5, maybe. I don't know. So it was so good. I'm so excited for the next season.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now that is our top 5 shows that we are watching this month. What are you watching? What are your favorites? And what do you think of the shows that we've listed? We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Period.
Alrighty, I think that is it with the ranking.
I'm going to do some quick shout outs of the other things before we get to the draft.
Yes, absolutely. So, movies we missed in April. Maybe we just go through, and I like what we did last time, just ranking like how much we want to watch them out of 10. Yeah. So A Great Awakening.
That's actually in theaters right now, so we could go see it. I don't know. It didn't look interesting to me. I don't really know a whole lot about it. Probably won't watch that.
I feel like I might be wrong. I think it's another Angel Studios.
It was kind of giving.
And it's about Benjamin Franklin versus Faith. And you know what? Some audiences are rightfully going to eat that up, and I'm happy for them. This is like maybe, being generous, maybe a 3 out of 10 for me.
I was gonna say like 1 out of 10. Like I don't really have any plans on watching that, to be honest. So sorry.
You haven't seen Outcome.
I haven't. You saw it? Oh yeah. You said Keanu Reeves. Right. So I haven't seen it. My bad. Should have taken it off the list because I didn't include like The Mummy because at least one of us had seen it. So yeah, I would say probably also a 2 out of 10 if I'm being honest. I'm not like against watching it, but I don't know anything about it, so I have like no interest, I guess, other than the cast.
Mother Mary.
That's the one with Anne Hathaway. I think it's good.
I feel like considering how excited I think the internet was for it when the trailer's released, I feel like it's a little weird I haven't seen more on it. And I've heard it's a bit slower, like way slower than people were expecting it to be.
Oh.
It's still really high for me because I especially love the cast.
Yeah.
I love that the production company put out a trailer that was like, and this is every line that a man has in Mother Mary, and then it's immediately cuts to the end and it's like, click here for more videos. And I thought that was so funny. This is probably an 8 out of 10 for me. I'm very bummed that this didn't get a wider release.
Yeah, I would say a 7 out of 10 just because I haven't heard a lot about the reception since it has been released. But it's Anne Hathaway, and I love her like hair look in the movie.
She looks great.
Baddie. I'm sure we'll watch it at some point.
Over Your Dead Body, I don't think I've heard of, actually.
This is the one with Samara Weaving.
You know, you're saying that.
It's an adventure comedy. I don't know much about it, but just because she's in it, I'll say like a 5 out of 10.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna give us this poster's intriguing. I like. This is a 4 out of 10. If I saw a trailer, that would probably maybe go up a little more. But
probably me too. I haven't seen like a trailer or anything. I think
it's insane that I haven't heard of this. Samara Weaving, what? You are so talented, and you're staying in horror. Why is horror not advertising you more?
No, actually.
I think that's insane. And then you put the Silence of the Lambs re-release. That would be a fun watch in theaters.
That would be. I love Silence of the Lambs. But that came out this weekend, so I don't know if we're going to get to see that. So I went ahead and put it on this list because it's obviously not getting a wide release.
Sure.
So
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, that would be fun, though.
That would be nice.
For new trailers that released this month, you put Pressure.
That's the Brendan Fraser one.
Right.
With the DJ. Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I don't know how much of a hot take this is. That trailer is kind of giving something I would imagine seeing on the studio. Like, it's giving a trailer that you would see in a movie or show about making movies.
Oh. I guess. I don't know. I liked it. I would give it like a 6 out of 10 because I like Brendan Fraser and
Andrew Scott?
Yes, and yeah. I don't know. I thought it looked good enough. If it comes to our theaters, I'll definitely watch it. So.
I don't know. I feel like the pitch for me is kind of the trailer is like, oh my gosh, will D-Day happen? And it's like, well, I did take history in high school, so
we did actually cover that in the American education.
I'm sorry that the U.S. education system gave a spoiler.
Spoilers. And
then it feels like, I don't know, it's certainly unique to make a war movie hinge on weather. It's interesting. I'll give it that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a second trailer will really cement where I stand on it.
That's fair.
Power Ballad.
That's one I've actually been really excited for. I've
heard a lot of people really like it. And I was very excited to see the trailer release.
Yeah.
I am pretty excited about this.
Me too. It actually looks pretty good. I feel like sometimes hearing Nick Jonas is in a movie, I'm like, I don't know. But it actually looks pretty good. And he's been good in other stuff.
Yeah, I think he's fine. I
think there's a time and place.
I agree. We'll I don't think he's like knocking anything out of the park, but I think he does solid work as an actor. I think he's a fun actor.
Yeah, I really like.
I think him and Paul Rudd.
The one thing with Andrew Barth Feldman where he was like, they had
the Christmas special.
Yes, that was really funny. I liked his Christmas special.
Yeah, but I think him and Paul Rudd. I think that's like a fun
really
good casting together.
I agree.
Mandalorian and Grogu.
We got another trailer.
The trailers continue to get me very hyped for this movie.
I agree.
Oh, it's very fun. Even if it's kind of giving, I fear it's going to feel like a checklist movie. I think you can still do some fun stuff with that, and I don't think that necessarily cuts out any like themes or fun ideas. It just, I don't know. It feels like I know exactly how the movie's going to be paced going into it. Like, kind of, like, okay, we're gonna go here first, and then we're going after this one. It feels like it's gonna have some feel weird, because you're going between a lot of different places that don't have anything to do with each other. I'm very curious if they can do something to really kind of have everything feel like there's good flow. But either way, I'm very excited. Everywhere they go looks super fun.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 2. Your Honor, if it was not for Carl Urban as Johnny Cage, I would be noticeably more excited for this movie. And I like me some Carl Urban.
Yeah.
But gosh, if I do not just think he is aggressively miscast here.
Well, I don't really have strong opinions on his casting, but I will say I think...
With the idea that he's supposed to be this Sonya's love interest, I think that shows how miscast he is.
Yeah, I don't play the games. I'm not into the lore, so I don't have as many stakes in that. But I will say it's a little unfortunate, just the timing of how disliked his character is on The Boys when this is coming out. I'm just like, this is bad timing. But anyways.
And especially after watching the original Mortal Kombat movie, that Johnny Cage was... I at first didn't know how I felt about him, but then, like, once the fighting starts, I'm like, oh, this is, like, great casting, actually. So it was already maybe a bit of an uphill battle for him, and especially because everyone wanted Chris Evans to be Luke Cage. And that, because he essentially plays that role in Johnny Cage. I get my Cages mixed up.
I don't think he should play Luke Cage.
But no, because he essentially plays that character in Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more grounded. And he looks pretty close to what Johnny Cage looks like if his hair is darker. Chris Evans, I hope you didn't blow that because you asked for too much money. What else are you doing right now?
I mean, Doomsday.
You're doing Doomsday, but will you continue doing Marvel stuff? I fear no. You gotta start getting out there, dude.
Just do another Knives Out. Whatever you did for Knives Out, do it again. Like, I don't know why it's that hard.
You gotta find a director that's on the up and up. Like, there's so much action even happening right now. His career is in such a weird place.
It's not even like he doesn't have the acting ability. He's a good actor. He's just picking bad projects. I'm like, dude. Anyways.
Fokker-in-Law, I just watched that. I'm very excited to follow you and going through this franchise.
Yeah.
Because, oh my gosh, Ariana Grande looks so fun in this movie. I think her and the guy from Superman, Jimmy Olsen, I think that's a really funny couple.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to go through this journey.
Yeah, I agree.
Masters of the Universe, dude, this movie, it feels like it has some sauce. The visuals remind me a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. I feel like even if the story's on a bit of the weaker side, which I feel like I can't judge from the trailer, I feel like there's no way I'm not gonna have a fun time watching this movie.
Sure.
Oh, it just looks like such a vibe. It feels like the world is like really realized. It looks so intricate. Oh, I'm so excited for this movie, dude.
Sure.
Backrooms. I am very excited to see how Backrooms kicks off. I think it's going to really kind of revitalize the lore of the Backrooms. This, I think, is going to be a pretty big deal when it comes out.
I think so.
And I think very exciting for Renee Rensby, who was just nominated across all categories, and now she's going into horror in a very more mainstream way. I'm very excited for her to get some more recognition from general audiences. And last one we have listed is Insidious 6. they're doing something completely different with this one. It's like following a whole new family, I guess. And it's a pretty strong trailer.
I didn't know that. Oh no. I don't like that. I like the original family.
I don't know. People just, for whatever reason, did not like 5. So I can't blame them for doing something different. It has the woman back. She's dead, but she's like talking through someone to be like, "You're going to the further." But the horror looks like it's directed really well.
I haven't seen that trailer yet, but I'm excited. And I liked 5, and I watched it, and I hadn't even seen the others at that time. So I've seen almost all of them now.
I do want to watch through all of them before this next one, and I'm very excited to rewatch all of them because, those first couple ones hit. And that is all we have listed. Some great trailers.
Yeah.
And
I
then
can go through this one if
Yeah,
you
go
want.
for it.
The May releases that we have on my list. Feel free to add more. This is just from what was on my list. The Devil Wears Prada 2. That's coming out very soon, probably by the time you see this video. Swapped is on Netflix. It comes out May 1st as well with Michael B. Jordan. It's an animated movie, so very excited for that. The following week, The Sheep Detectives, Mortal Kombat 2, and I believe a Top Gun re-release is also all coming out that weekend.
guys,
Oh, and the Billie Eilish Hit Me Hard and Soft tour video with James Cameron. I'm actually so excited for that. So,
can we talk about how insane it is? I'm more excited for Sheep Detectives than Mortal Kombat 2.
no, actually same.
What is happening here? And everything else in the movie of Mortal Kombat 2 looks really solid. But it's hinging on Johnny Cage. Okay, I'm done talking about Mortal Kombat 2. But Sheep Detectives, I'm so hyped for.
Yeah. And then actually, I think I was wrong. I think the Top Gun release is the same weekend as Obsession. And then I don't know the other dates. Anyways.
I've heard really good things about Obsession.
Me too. Even my coworker's already talking about it. The one that's like doesn't watch a crazy ton of movies. So she's even talking about it. She's like, "Have you seen that trailer?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Have I seen the trailer? Nobody in my life knows me anymore. My parents the other day were like, "Are you gonna watch that new Star Wars movie?" What? That's such a stupid question. I'm sorry if you ever hear this, but like that is a dumb question. I will say that to your face. Anyways, Is God is about the two sisters getting revenge on with their dad, trying to kill him for their mom.
I fear the trailer, the editing, I think, is doing a lot of work to convince me to see this movie. I don't know.
No,
I'm scared the movie still won't click for me.
yeah, it seems like a movie where I'm like, this could be good, but I'm not expecting great things. I would like to see another trailer before it comes out if possible. I will see it, but this is one I'm unsure how it will go.
I feel exactly in the same vein.
But at least that means I'll be going into it with
Moderate expectations?
Yes, so they have a chance to wow me.
Absolutely.
Poetic License.
Not heard of this one.
What is this one about?
Inform me.
Oh, this has Cooper Hoffman, Andrew Barth Feldman, Nico Parker, quite a lot of people actually. Oh, Jake Bon Jovi, the husband to Millie Bobby Brown, actually is apparently in this. Martha Kelly, the "You Owe Me Money" Rue. That's she's in it.
I love her.
It's a comedy / romance. So her. Just having Cooper Hoffman and Andrew Barth Feldman in it, I'm like, period.
Fun.
Yeah.
Next, this little movie called The Mandalorian and Grogu.
See that new Star Wars movie? I think it's like the Mando. I don't know. Yes, obviously we'll be seeing this. Very excited for it.
I'm really interested to see if this is going to, are we eventually going to see another one? I'm curious. Or is this going to set anything else up? Sorry to think in franchise terms, but
But it is.
I want more Star Wars movies.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very interested in how this performance is going to go. I feel like this is one seems like it's gonna be good, but there was ill will from season 3, and we've never seen it on screen. So I feel like this could still go
Jumping
either
from
way.
streaming to movies, but the Mandalorian season 1 and 2 were such a moment.
If it wasn't for season 3, I would have more faith in this. And I still think I'm gonna like it. I'm so excited for it, but the general public, I don't know as much.
No,
So we'll
I'm
see.
so curious.
Yeah. I Love Boosters. That's the one with Naomi Aki, right?
Yes, and why am I forgetting her name? She's from Nope, and she's really talented.
Oh my God,
Keke Palmer. Yeah.
And it has Will Poulter and Alexa
It's a very stacked
Danae.
cast. It's about
Maddie from
this
Euphoria.
like crime wave that like.
Keith Stanfield,
Mm-hmm.
Demi Moore.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of people who rob designer clothing and like resell it. I've heard
I'm so
it's a
down.
very fun movie, and I'm
Mhm.
very excited about it. I
Yeah.
don't know how well the general public is gonna take to it,
I
but
don't.
dude, I don't care.
Mhm.
I can't wait for this. I really want to be able to see this in theaters.
Yeah. And then we have The Breadwinner, which I'm actually pretty excited for. I think it's gonna be pretty stupid, but like in a fun way.
You know, I wish it maybe came out a little sooner.
Mhm.
I fear the charm has slowly been wearing out of me.
When I thought it came out in March, that was the perfect date. And then when I found out it was not coming out for 2 more months, that sunk my excitement a little bit.
I'm like
I'll be
now
honest.
moderately excited for
Yeah.
it.
At first, I was like pretty hyped for it. It looked really funny. And now I'm like, it's getting a little old. I feel like we're seeing the best parts multiple times. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's interesting that we're in the same boat on that. And we've
Yeah.
not talked about
No.
that.
But I do love me some Mandy Moore, and I unfortunately wish she seemed like she was going to be a bigger part of the movie. I hope she is a...
I mean,
I don't know.
there could be more of her, hopefully, doing her own thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
And that is what we have. What are you excited about in May? And stay tuned, because we will... There's probably at least a 50-50 chance we'll do an episode on it. I'm very excited. Ah! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to lock in. It is time for the summer movie draft. For those who do not know, we will basically be taking turns and picking movies that are going to be releasing in the summer movie season. We've dictated that is going to be mid-May through mid-August. We will be picking 8 movies apiece, and each movie will be scored based off of the box office. Every 50 mil
Yes.
is 1 point. So if it gets $1 billion, that's 20 points. It will get based off of cinema score. An A+ is 20 points, and then it's -2 for everything below that. The IMDb score, that's every 0.5 is a point. And then the Rotten Tomatoes critic and audience score.
Separate things.
Yes.
Separately.
So those are 2 separate categories,
Yes.
and each
5%.
5% is 1 point.
Yes. So every category has a potential of 20 points and to equal a potential 100 points for a movie if it's perfect score on everything and
it makes $1 billion.
Which is like never gonna happen.
No.
But that is the potential.
But some movies
So-
that go over $1 billion do get over 100 points.
That's true. If they get over $1 billion, we do keep adding.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why last time we did where you got Avatar, so you picked 7 movies and I picked 8 because we thought it was.
But
gonna
then
be
you
a
started with
sure-
Zootopia, which also made $1 billion.
Yeah, we didn't realize that Zootopia was gonna make, I think, more than
More than
Avatar.
Avatar.
So if anything, we should have done the opposite. But we live and learn, so it is what it is.
Indeed. And I think that makes sense. If one movie's going to make $1 billion, that means that people are kind of looking for things to watch. So if there's something else that's in a similar market,
Yeah.
You can expect a lot of rise. What is it?
Yeah,
High
and I
tide
guess-
lifts all ships.
I guess I just didn't. I knew the first Zootopia made $1 billion, so I knew it was big. But also Avatar was big. It was like the same thing, and in my mind, in both of our minds, we were like, it's so much bigger. Whereas Zootopia made $1 billion, this made $2 billion. But there were just different factors that affected it, so it is what it is at this
Absolutely.
point, I guess. So
Um,
we'll be rethinking that probably for this upcoming winter draft. We're just gonna have like Doomsday. We might rethink our strategy on that. I don't know. It's not a perfect system.
I don't know. There's a lot of potential. I don't know if Doomsday's gonna. I mean, Doomsday I think is gonna be really high, but
Yes.
there's
know if
also
there's-
November and October, so there's other movies that have
Yeah.
room to make their own billion.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So we might not do the
Yeah, no, I think no.
probably.
I think we learned our lesson.
Yeah.
And whoever wins here gets to go first, so there's incentive to winning.
Yay.
Alrighty, so you did win our previous winter movie draft, so you get your first pick.
Okay, I'll try to go through this fairly fast because we are already at an hour and a half. So
Sure.
sorry guys, we be yapping. Anyways, my number one pick, I went with Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Okay.
I mean, it's probably gonna be really good. But if nothing else, it's gonna make a lot of money. So that's kind of what I'm writing on there.
Okay.
So, and it looks really good. So I do expect it to get good reviews as well.
It's a great pick. My first one, I'm gonna go with Toy Story 5.
Good pick. That was my second pick.
I
So
thi-
yeah, good job.
I think there's a lot of potential there.
You know, and that's the thing is I was hesitant, but then they make a lot of money as well. So even if they
Between
don't
Toy
get-
Story 4 and what Zootopia 2 just did,
Yeah.
that was my number one.
Yeah. All right. And then I have The Odyssey. This one I do feel pretty confident on. It's a very popular story. It has a lot of big names in their cast.
The cast is casting.
Oh my god. Like even more than like Oppenheimer, and that almost made $1 billion. So I feel pretty confident in that as well, score wise and box office wise. So
Yeah.
I think that's actually the only three where I was like, I feel confident in all the categories for those. Everything else, it starts to get to a maybe.
Next, I'm going to do Minions and Monsters. Getting the
Dang.
animation. Never bet against a Minions movie.
All right.
What you got?
Next, I have Mandalorian and Grogu. I am gonna give that a chance. I do ultimately think that there's enough goodwill, and it's Pedro Pascal, which he's a big name.
I mean, Western
Grogu,
vibes, action, a
yeah.
cute little animal for families.
Star Wars films almost always do really well, unless they're really bad,
some
like
clear
you know,
exceptions.
Solo. But I think this one looks good. And again, Pedro Pascal is big. Grogu's huge. I think I put him in the same category as like Stitch. I think if nothing else, Grogu will sell. So I think it'll make a lot of money. And then I'm hoping it looks good. So I'm hoping the reviews are good.
Okay. Okay, my next one I'm going to take is I'm going to take Supergirl.
Okay.
I think it's going to... I don't think it's going to be as big as Superman, but I think it's going to get adjacently close because Superman's had time to gain some rewatch and following. So I think people are going to be here to see what happens next.
My next pick is Disclosure Day. I know Steven Spielberg has kind of recently had some ups and downs with critics and audiences, but this one looks really good. Again, it has some pretty big names that people like, young, like different audience age levels as well. I think Josh O'Connor has more of a younger fan base, and Emily Blunt has kind of both, like everywhere. A lot of people like her. So I think it's going to do well, and it looks good, so I'm hoping the ratings will be good. I'm hoping Steven Spielberg is back. Not that I ever left.
I would
love
love for him to...
Yeah, I never left, but I'm hoping the critics will come back.
Next up, I don't know if this is going to be my strongest pick, but I'm going to take a swing here. I'm going to go Masters of the Universe.
I was wondering when you would go for that.
I think this is maybe my riskiest choice. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I'm going for it. Full send.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna pick Backrooms. This is where we start getting into these movies are not going to make a lot of money, probably. But what are the
But that's only
ratings?
20
and
points.
I think, yeah, exactly. And I think that's where I made my mistake last summer draft, was I went all in on what I thought was going to make a lot of money. So now I have to really think, okay, what do I think is going to get good ratings? And there's a lot which I think are going to do really well. So now it's just being picky about it.
Indeed. I am gonna pick Leviticus.
Oh.
I
don't
think
think I put that on my list.
I think the reception to that is going to be really good.
Sure. I'm gonna put Obsession as my next one. I don't know. It looks good. I'm hearing good things. So I'm crossing my fingers.
Okay, because one of us had to do it, I guess I'll take Moana.
Yeah, I thought about it. I don't know.
We'll see.
It's hard because I did look at Lilo and Stitch, and I'm like, it did have actually really high ratings for what I thought
For
was not
what
a
it
good
was.
movie. And it did make $1 billion, although just barely. But that's still 20 points. I think Moana's still gonna make $1 billion, but I will say, people are already very heavily talking about how bad The Rock looks. I also don't think he's, in certain elements, that great of an actor. I think he can
In this
be.
realm, I think this is such a miscast.
I think this is a really bad cast for him, and I think that is genuinely going to bring it down. Whereas Lilo and Stitch, I thought they had a really good cast. And that movie had the advantage of being over 20 years old.
Yeah.
That's where I was not sure on Moana. I still think it's going to make a lot of money, but critic-wise, I don't know. And honestly, I don't know how much money it's going to make. I would still say it's probably going to make $1 billion, but I mean, it's 10 years old. That's not a lot. So like, just watch it on Disney Plus. But anyways,
and I feel the exact way. But I
But
feel like general
I
audiences are
understand.
not going to feel that way.
yeah, I don't know. I'm sure they'll still bring their kids to it. And I'm sure audience score will be fine. Critic score, I don't know. That one's a really tough one. I thought about picking it, and it is on my list. I would have picked it at some point, but it was not high on my list. How many more do we have?
You
Two
have 1, 2,
more?
3, 4, 5, 6, so you get 2 more.
I'm gonna pick Power Ballad. I really, in my bones, feel good about this movie. And maybe I'm being optimistic. I don't know. I feel like each time I've always had one pick where I feel really good about it and it ends up bad. That was Smurfs. and then Regretting You, both really poorly received films. But I don't know. I feel really good about this one. And people really like Paul Rudd. Different generations like Paul Rudd. And it genuinely, I feel like this is like a personal pick, but it also, I think, looks better than Smurfs and Regretting You did.
Sure.
So
For sure.
I have a little more faith in that pick than the other ones.
My 7th pick, I'm going to go with I Love Boosters.
Mm-hmm.
I think not a lot of people are going to watch it, but I think those who do are going to love it.
I think so as well. That was my next one.
Okay.
So I guess that means my final pick. This is a risky one because we know very little about this one. But I'm gonna pick One Night Only. It stars Monica Barbaro, who was in A Complete Unknown, and the guy from what is it? I don't remember what his name was. Let me look it up. But it's about Callum Turner. Love him.
Oh!
Love him.
I
And
have
my
heard of
mom.
this.
And so it actually has a lot of people. But it's about a world where you can only have premarital sex one day a year, and so people are scrambling to find connection on that one day. And that's like all we really know about it. So this is probably my riskiest pick. But I feel confident in the two main actors.
That's fair.
they're very talented. They've had chemistry with different people, and I really like the concept. So I'm gonna go for it.
Okay. Ugh. Okay, those left on my list. I've been hesitant. I'm hesitant to pick this because I have no idea where reception across the board is gonna
I feel
go,
like I know what it's gonna be.
and I couldn't even pretend to guess what it's gonna make at the box office. But I like it better than I think my remaining options on my list, so I'm gonna go with Scary Movie 5.
No, I was gonna guess The Breadwinner.
No, I don't think that's gonna do a whole lot. It's a family film that's not animated in this day and age. I think there's a very limited market for that. Even if
fair,
I think
that's
it's
fair.
gonna look good.
Yeah. Okay, Scary Movie 5, taking a risk. But I will say, I mean, you can
I
only,
think the
you
marketing has been really strong on it.
you can only go up from 5. So,
Fair.
if nothing, and they've made a decent amount of money, each of them. Nothing crazy, but like
I
a
think
good
it could
amount.
have like the best case scenario would be if audiences receive it like they did The Naked Gun. I think there's a possibility for that. I feel like critics aren't gonna treat it like they did The Naked Gun.
but
I would love if they did.
Yeah, and it should be higher than 5. So again.
But unfortunately, I'm not up against the other scary movies. I'm up against Obsession
Yes.
and Mandalorian and Grogu.
okay, it's
but I like
okay.
that. I think this movie's gonna have a higher score than. What were the other two on my list? Because I picked 16, so like on my list, so either you or me would get them. So the other ones on my list that I didn't pick were literally my bottom 2 were The Breadwinners and The Death of Robin Hood.
My bottom 2 were, well, technically bottom 3, Breadwinner and Pressure, but then I had Masters of the Universe as like I will pick this if he doesn't, but I was pretty confident you were gonna pick it at some point. I don't know. I don't know about Masters of the Universe. I'm thinking differently on that movie, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know the power of
It's
He-Man,
nostalgia
so...
bait. There's something to be said about very
People like
ambiguously
the-
queer-coded characters in a skirt. I think
People
there's
like that
some
main
mass
actor.
appeal, and he's having a bit of a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm prepared to be very wrong about that movie. I feel like my gut is like what your gut told you about Michael, and therefore I might be wrong. So I don't know.
but it looks sick. If you don't think the trailers look so fun, I can't fathom. Like, ugh. I feel like the most likely thing is it's gonna fall in the Dungeons and Dragons route, where I think people are gonna like it, but not enough people are gonna watch it.
It's kind of what I was thinking.
But I think the scores are still gonna be at least decent on it.
Sure.
So
Excited.
We
I feel
locked
like
that
overall
in.
we have some really great picks. And if nothing else, like we always say, it's gonna make for a great summer.
if we might just run through our list really quick,
Yeah,
just
go
so we can
ahead.
have that listed. So you have Spider-Man: Brand New Day, The Odyssey, Mandalorian and Grogu, Disclosure Day, The Backrooms, Obsession, Power Ballad, and One Night Only. I have Toy Story 5, Minions and Monsters, Supergirl, Masters of the Universe, Leviticus, Moana, I Love Boosters, and Scary Movie 5. Gosh, on paper, I think you might have this. We don't know. I know we go back and forth as the
Certainly. Well, I mean,
Season
there are
goes.
some that like One Night Only. I don't know because it's way too early. For
Power
that.
Ballad and One Night Only. I think are your riskiest ones.
Yeah, which those are my last 2 picks. So that's when you start having to get risky.
And I think I have 4 that are pretty risky.
Okay, mine was I don't know if I will regret letting go of Moana. But I don't know. I just don't feel good about it.
The
I
real
don't know.
question is, how far will they go? Because
I think
Moana is
you know,
beloved.
Yes, I think it'll be fine. It'll be a good pick, actually, for you. I don't think it's as risky, honestly. I think it'll be fine. It'll probably make $1 billion, which will give you 20 points. Audience will probably be pretty high. Critics is probably not going to be as low as we think. And therefore, I think Cinema Score and IMDb will be fine. So, I don't know. I may regret not picking it, but that's okay.
See, and now we play the waiting game.
Yes.
Which is our first release. I think it's Obsession. So that is going to be the first one that gets picked, and that is going to go to you. So that is going to get us kicked off, and then Mandalorian and Grogu. Oh,
both
you're a
of
little,
mine.
you're
Okay.
kind of front loaded a little actually. And
Yeah.
then I have some of the stuff in June.
One Night Only, I think, is the latest, and that's mine as well.
Interesting.
So that'll be interesting. Well, that might actually end up being really like the deciding factor there, perhaps.
Well,
I don't know.
we will have to find out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. What movies would you pick for your movie draft? If you want to play along, please do. I'd love to hear what you think is going to do really well this season and what will not. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and playing along with us. This was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
We do this twice a year, so we will do this again when
Fall.
October rolls around and
Mm-hmm.
do a winter movie draft. Always a fun time. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a like if you've had as much fun as we have. And until next time, I'm your host, Luke.
And I'm your host, Alicia.
And thank you so much for watching Not So Straight Nerds.
Bye.